welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm just going to work on some backgrounds. I've made a few tags lately that I really liked the background that came out of all the inks that I had put on there. So I'm coming here and practice, and I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So I don't have like a lot of alcohol inks. I do have some alcohol markers. What inks I do have, they're just distress sprays, dilutions, oxide spray. I need to restock. This is actually, I think it has a little bit of the red in there just so I could spray it. And so the others here are, some are from metal, but I used them on paper. I took that yellow one there and I added some water, so that gives me kind of just a wash that I can put over different things. And again, these are from metal, but they're so pretty, so I had to use them. So that's what I'm using. I don't have any, and everything comes out yellow and blue and red because that's all I have. So, but you can use your inks like this, and if you have a glass plate, you can dab them on here, add some water, dip your tag in it. So again, I'm just gonna play and practice, see what I can do. Normally they just come out however they come out, and I'm really just playing here with a bit of mixed media. But right now I'm going to start with the inks and some water, and we'll figure out how we're going to finish the tags off in a bit. Sorry, I either have this texture paste, I might use that up if it's not all dry, or I have the Liquitex modeling paste, and I am going to stencil on there. You can stencil first if you want to, like right now while the paper is blank. I just start inking just so I can kind of get a feel for what I want to do. I don't know if you can see the yellow. It's really faint, but it'll get us started here so that when I touch it with another color, we'll get, let me show you. This one doesn't spray very well. It's just about had it. So I mostly just get it dripped on here, and then you could just move the tag around. So if you're just using cardstock, these are those thin little tags you can buy. It'll kind of start to curl your paper up, but when you're drying, if you dry from both sides, it'll straighten your card back out. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the first layer on here, just get it going, get it dried, and then we'll stencil on. And so you can see how fun it is just to watch the color run. And then if you want it to continue to run more and cover, like here it's kind of puddled right here, so we want that to get moving. So I'm just gonna spray it with some water, and there you go. No two are ever going to come out the same, and you can stop before you spray so much water so that you have more just the ink like this. So, and again, I need to let this dry a little bit and then go on to the next one, but it is just fun to just twirl this around, and then you have a whole new background that you've created yourself. You can also pick up what you've dropped. You just turn your card over, pick that up, and then you have kind of a splotch like that. My hands are going to turn green and blue, but I'm okay with that, so I hope you are too. So this is turning out pretty. These are fun to just do like that, to dip. And then if you wanted to dip the blue, that's turning out really pretty. So I like that. I'm going to dry that a little bit. And over here we'll pick up, so we get the bottom covered good. There's no use wasting all this ink that we have here on the table. So before I stencil. Let me just try something. So I'm going to put this right on the card. Okay, so maybe out of all of this we can find. And so for these tags, I'm probably going to put an image and maybe a quote or something like that. So you won't see all of the stenciling. Let's see what we can do here. So here I'm going to do the heart, even though the whole heart isn't going to be on there. We'll at least have the image in the background. So this is when you kind of want to make sure that your tag is pretty flat so that your stenciling comes out well. Now the best part is you can mostly, if you mess this up, if you don't like it when it comes off, or it's too messy, or if it's run behind it or something like that, you can get a damp towel and just wash your tag off and start over. Just gently so you don't rub all your ink off as well. So there we go, that came out good. So that's our modeling paste. So I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll put some ink over that, and the ink will start to run in between the image there, so that'll be fun. And I'm by far an expert at this. You can tell I'm learning. I haven't figured it all out just yet, but the methods I use work for me in my projects. So there's a lot of videos out there on that, but I just wanted to share my process with you, learning as I go, but also just show you when I'm making my tags, this is what I do. So this one I'm going to put it on pretty thick and see what we come up with. Awesome. And when we drip the ink, it'll be fun to watch it just kind of run along the paste there. So, all right, so I'll be back. So of course they're all going to react to the water that I'm using. So when they start to run over each other, they're going to turn color. So you have to, I'm okay with that, but if that's not what you want to happen, just remember when you're using water reactive inks and things like that, they're going to change once you wet them again, whether it be with water or another ink. I think it's time to order some new inks. Let's see if this works. So again, we need to get a little red on here. We'll let this color all run around. And I like this right here that's on the board. If you have another tag or something laying, or some paper, you just want to scoop that up, because that would start a background for another tag. So it's a really fun way to pick up paints and get different designs, things like that in there. There you go. All right, so here's my messy little cards here. Let's put that out of the way so we can see it maybe. My glass plate definitely is going to get a good wash after this. So they're pretty dark. They're going to lighten a little bit as they dry, but they're still going to be basically these colors. So the red is not coming out too red. I think I diluted it too much. Okay, so I have pretty much wet these as much as I want to, so we're going to just leave it as it is. I have some metallic paint, gold color here. I'm just going to try to dab on a little bit, just for a little shimmer. I think it came out cute for a background. And then I'm going to find a focal point. This too is not really dry. And we'll see what we can come up with to finish it off. Okay, so normally I like to color these in, but today I'm just going to tint them with my ink just by rubbing it on his jacket. And then that way he'll have a little color and not just be gray and white. Okay, so now we're just going to start layering. I'm not going to glue him just in case I want to cut. Sometimes, you know, you can cut in their arm and you can have them hold something. So we'll do that in just a second. So for his quote, we're going to have "see possibility everywhere." So I'm going to go over this. I'm going to cover the whole thing so it's a little not so bright white. I don't like that. And then we're going to cut this up. So then you just measure your tag, see where you have room for everything. I think possibility is going to be a tough one. All right, there he is with his little butterfly. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, let's see what we can do with the other one. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I brought this little heart along just in case we wanted it for Grandma. I don't know. I think this is a grandma and little boy, maybe because I'm a grandma and that's just how I see it. But so we're just gonna rub a little color here on Grandma's coat. Normally I like to do that with my watercolor markers, but this is going to work perfectly. Get the little boy a matching hat. What does he have on? Little long socks, it looks like. All right, so now they're dressed up for the day. Let's put something here and here. Okay, I've been piddling around here, so I think I got it. They're on their little outing today with my grandkids. It's always like we're trying to see what kind of mischief we can get into while the parents are away. So that's what I think this grandma and little boy are doing. So we're going to put them. So if you're not going to put this in a book or something, you know, you can always curl your little pieces to kind of elevate them a little bit. Okay, now Grandma's holding her really big flowers. It's just, again, just exaggerated, just some fun. How about we just give him maybe some little money to hold on his outing with Grandma. So these are just fun. Just fun. Just probably silly and don't make a lot of sense with Grandma and her giant flowers, but that's okay. They're fun to make. I feel like she's wearing stockings, so I just want to make them a little blue. I'm going to put a little blue here on the letters, just kind of splattered a little bit. Oh my goodness. I think they turned out super cute. There you go. So here we can see up close all of the ink. Let me see if I want to put this light. All the ink that ran over the texture, the red through the heart there. Here where I dabbed it with a towel, you have a whole different look here. And just letting the ink run, down wherever it wants to go, creates a whole nother pattern. And here you can just see how it just ran over each other. When it ran together, it did create colors that I didn't have in an ink. So even though it's green, it was a really pretty green that it created. So I like all of that. So all right, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you learned a little something by watching me or by watching my mistakes and what happened. Hope that it was helpful. And thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.